This is going to be a bit of a vulnerable share. And right now, my nervous system is saying, run away, don't do it, don't do it. I literally was just about to press end on, because I record this in Zoom and do the things. And I thought to myself, no, this is raw, this is vulnerable, this is what being an embodiment coach is all about. Sometimes we see things for our clients that we don't see for ourselves until we're in the middle of the pattern. You know, sometimes when my clients are talking to me, I can see the pattern a mile away. And a lot of the times I go, do you want to know why you do that? Because I can see why they do it. I can see the whole big perspective of the whole thing. And I go, do you want to know why you're doing that? And most of my clients are like, yes, please tell me why. Why do I do that for? And I tell them and they're like, oh, that makes sense. Yep. Okay, cool. But when you understand a little bit about the why, it kind of takes the power away from the actual thing. So this is the pattern, right? I'm like talking about my clients instead of I need to be a bit vulnerable here. And this is scary, but I need to put it out there. I was just in the whole proving it. I feel like I could cry. I was like, oh, I'm redoing my mastermind, like redoing the energetics around the mastermind and really feeling into what I'm creating and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I know who my ideal client is. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being so much about embodiment and I did start leaning towards more strategy and structure. And it just doesn't, like, I can help you with that. And it feels good to be able to help you. But that's not what I'm about. Okay. I love recording the visualizations and the activations and the timeline shifts and inviting the ancestors in and asking God for help. And like, I'm so good at that. My light language is like next level powerful, FYI. But I started to become more of a business coach, and I don't want to be a business coach. Embodiment is where I'm at. Okay, I love embodiment work. So I strayed away, which, we do. I'm a human. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing or anything like that. But now that I'm back on the right track again, I can feel myself going into like, I've got to fix it and I've got to do this and I've got to do this. And there's a timeline here and I've got to like, and I was just about to, yeah, like take some action. And I was like, the action came from I've got to get this done. I've got to get this done. I'm like, it's 20 to 3 on a Thursday afternoon. And I had this thought of, I've got to get this done. And I'm so anti, I've got to get this done. The shoulds, the coulds, the woulds can all just like go fluff a duck, right? But what I'm really about is aligned action. Like if it feels aligned to you, not only if it feels good, but if it's embodied, if it's coming from your body, if it's coming from divine guidance, then take the action. But I was in my head. I was taking action from my head and I couldn't see it happening, but it wasn't until I went, oh, I've got to do, oh no, I don't got to do nothing. Right. But this is the thing, right? I've been doing this for a long time. And I know when I get into the I've got tos, it doesn't flow. When I get into the I've got tos, my business stagnates. Like I become a different person. I don't want to live from I've got tos and I shoulds and I woulds and I coulds. Like I work from the I get tos. And I work from that came from divine intelligence. So therefore I trust it and therefore I follow through with it. Not the shoulds and the coulds and the woulds and the have yous and the times. I've got to get this done before, no. And I wasn't going to post this because I was like, oh my God, aren't I supposed to be this perfect embodied, like I'm a wealth embodiment coach. I'm the sacred wealth embodiment coach. And yet here I am going, oh, I've got to get this done. And in that moment, I was like, I'm still trying to prove. Not all the time. I'm not always trying to prove something. But in that moment, I was like, I've got to prove how fast I can get this done because I'm a manifesting generator. Aren't we quick in action? Like, shouldn't we be taking action as soon as possible? And like, we're firecrackers, us manifesting generators, we're freaking firecrackers and let's go kind of. And I'm like, oh, you know what? No, I haven't written my emotional wave on that. It doesn't feel aligned. It feels like it's coming from my brain. And so catching myself in that pattern means now that I will start to notice the pattern even earlier. And that's when the transformation really starts to take place, is when you can see the pattern. And before you get too deep into the pattern, you're going, nah, I'm choosing to rewrite that. That's not my story anymore. My story is not I'm an action taker. My story is not the quicker I take action, the more likely it is to happen. And a lot of that did come from this whole concept of money loves speed. Money loves speed, money loves speed, money loves speed. You know why money loves speed? Is because a lot of the time when you're quick to action, you don't overthink things. You don't get into the whole like, oh my God, is this the right thing? Like you don't give yourself enough time to do that. That's why with a lot of people, yeah, money does like speed. But it's not necessarily the speed. It's money likes you not questioning the alignment. Money likes you going into action mode and taking responsibility for the action that you take. That's what money likes. It's not how fast you can get this thing together and get it out there. I have learned that lesson. Believe you me. There was been times where my business coach, like I've been on a group call with my business coach and she's seen me first, right? Because I'm generally the first one there because I'm like, right, I'm ready to go. What's the next step? And all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yep, ready to go. I was the first one there. So she was speaking to me first and we discussed a program that I could put together and it would be super easy for me and, all of that kind of stuff. And by the time she had finished talking to the next person, it was up and ready to sell. It was there. But you know what wasn't there? The alignment. You know what wasn't there? The embodiment of it. You know what was there? All just thinking in my head. Because the chakras are not there just to, absorb energy and teach us and things like that. It's there for embodiment. Yeah. This is how you embody through the chakras, right? So this idea was living in my headspace. Okay. It wasn't even in my third eye. I know that now. It was in my headspace. And so I just thought about this program and my body went, yeah, do that. And so I went, yeah, okay. And then I went straight into action mode. But it wasn't coming from my third eye. I couldn't see properly the ideal outcome. So I couldn't talk about it. It didn't drop into my throat. So talking about it felt really forced and really awkward. It didn't feel into my heart space. So I couldn't love the program. I couldn't fall in love with what I was creating. It wasn't dropped into my solar plexus. So it wasn't created through alignment and through confidence in what I was selling. It wasn't created in that space. It wasn't created from my sacral chakra. The creativity wasn't quite there. It was like, how quickly can I get this together? It wasn't aligned with my base chakra. I didn't feel the safetyness of having this offer. And so guess what? didn't sell. Well, I think I sold one. I think I sold one, possibly two spots into that. Okay. And I honestly think that the reason that I sold those spots is because those clients know the power of my work. They weren't new clients. They know the power of my work, and it was a price that they could afford. And so they took the option. And then when I created something very similar to that, but in a different frequency, and let it, like, I embodied it, and I could visualize myself delivering this program. And you know what? I sold so many of them. I sold like 6 or 7 spots within a few days. That's how it works. Yeah. So whenever you're feeling like, oh my God, I don't understand this embodiment thing, that's what it is. Okay. So I've gone into, my pattern is money, love, speed. I've got to get this done. Money, love, speed. I've got to get this done. How quickly can I get this done? Because money loves speed. And no, money loves alignment. Money loves embodiment. Money loves clear energy. When you're clear, if you're clear quickly and you take quick action, that's why a lot of people, fast money, like money loves the fastness and the speed of them, because they get clear, they take action, and they go for it. Yeah, before they can second guess it, before they can think themselves or talk themselves out of it. Okay, so yes, this is raw for me. I did show you a pattern of mine that I have been not realizing was still there, but it is very much still there, because I could feel it in my frequency. As soon as I went, oh, I've got to, no, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, we're not. That's such hustle energy, is the I've got to's, and not aligned hustle either. I'm not against hustle, but it's not aligned hustle, right? It's a very masculine bro marketing hustle, is the I've got to's. Okay. So just like start noticing your patterns. Okay. I'm an embodiment coach, and I have patterns. Yeah. Like, I see clients' patterns like a mile away, but when you're in it, sometimes you don't see your own patterns, but it is about calling yourself out on it and being real with yourself and being super honest with yourself. The more honest you are with yourself, the more growth you're going to have. So I hope that this stirred something within you, and I hope that this brought something to the surface for you. Okay. That's it from me. Wealth starts within.